step-by-step process on how to fly with your firearm on an airplane. So for me personally, I brought my SIG P365X macro. And just for you people out there that need a fresh check, the gun is clear. All guns in the safe are clear until I'm ready to use them. So just a heads up there. But anyways, yeah, so brought my SIG with the new Olight PLX. Shout out to Olight for sending that to me to, enjoy, to have a review or whatever the case may be. But yeah, brought my SIG P365, put it in the box, in the patch. First step, right? So you're going to want to get your box, once again, firearm in the box. Firearm has to be unloaded. And for me, I did not have any ammunition. I figured, hey, I would just stop and get ammunition in the state I was going to. But I didn't have any ammunition going with me. I thought it would be an extra hassle. But again, right, it was my first time flying, so I know a little bit about the ropes now, so I'll be a little bit more comfortable. Next time, all you have to do is have the ammunition separate from the case, and then it has to be in the original packaging, and you can throw it into your check bag or whatever. Your firearm has to go under the plane, which means you have to check it in. I flew Alaska. It was super, super easy. I walked up, let them know, hey, I'm declaring a firearm. This case has to have locks on it, right? So inside of this case, I have my Brinks locks, right? You have your firearm, whatever the case may be, you have your Brinks locks, right? You take your Brinks locks out, put your firearm, unloaded firearm. I even have a chamber flag in there just to show the TSA agent, hey, it's unloaded. Hey, I know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. The more prepared you are, the easier it is for you to get through. Let's just say that. So, and then you need to lock both sides of the case, right? So on this particular case, Apache 1800 from Harbor Freight, you got two locks on, one on this side, one on that side. Do not get TSA, the locks that they provide you, right? It's just a pain in the ass. You want to be able to open your package and not have to wait for an agent or whatever the case may be. But so I have two locks, one on each side, and I walked in, declared, hey, I'm here, I need to check in my firearm, right? The lady was very, very easygoing. She said, okay, that's fine, right? And she gave me a piece of paper. I needed to fill out my name, the date, right? And that goes inside of your firearm box. So after that, right, I checked in my bags. I actually checked this one in like solely by itself. So I had two check bags. One went under the plane. This one was my other check bag, right? Checked bag. Fill out a little piece of paper and she says, hey, you need to go and see TSA. Now, I didn't record the process. I normally would have, but again, I was a little apprehensive. I just didn't know the process. I didn't know if they were going to let me record or whatnot, but I asked the TSA agent when I was in there, like, hey, can I record this process? She called her manager. The manager was like, yeah, there's no problem. Super chill TSA agents, right? They do this all day, guys. So if you are easy on them, right, you don't have an attitude with them, they won't have an attitude with you. Or at least that's my experience flying out of SEA or SeaTac. They were like, hey, they obviously tested the box, right? Whatever thing that they wipe on the box. My box was a new box. So guess what? It got flagged. It got flagged. And she said, hey, this happens all the time. There's a lot of like things that go through TSA that get flagged. You have nothing to worry about, right? And then that's when I start sweating. I know I'm a good guy. I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm following the rules. I checked everything. I came prepared, but of course, right, you get randomly selected. So I got randomly selected. She called her supervisor in, and the supervisor was another chill dude. Kind of did his checks, opened the box, emptied the box out. I let him know that, hey, I fly with an air tag in my box. I've just heard too many horror stories, so I have an air tag in the box. Maybe that could have thrown something off. I don't know. But he checked it and said, hey, you're all clear, right? So obviously he had me open up the box. I opened up the box. He saw nothing was in there. And then he's like, all right, you can lock it back up. Boom, locked it back up. And the great thing about this is I locked it back up. I went about my day, right? And, got on my flight. I checked my air tag, made sure that the box was on the plane traveling with me. After I got off the plane, the cool thing, I wish I would have recorded this. I'm going to do it next time. I fly all over the place, so I'm planning on bringing my firearm more often. But the cool thing, when I got off the plane, I went to check my bag or get my checked bag, right? I'm waiting. I see my red bag and I see a TSA agent, right? I don't see my firearm. I don't think they would put it on the conveyor belt with all the rest of the stuff because somebody can just take it, right? So I had to go ask a TSA agent, hey, you know, where's my firearm? I declared it, blah blah blah. And they let me know. And then, you know, 2 seconds later, their flight attendant from the flight actually came down to, you know, kind of where the belt's putting everything off, and she had my firearm in my hand. I showed my ID. She gave me my firearm, and I walked off. It was an easy process for me. Again, I've heard some horror stories, but the cool thing about this is that when I got my firearm, right? I don't think people are used to like seeing, hey, a tactical box with 2 locks on it, right? But when I got my firearm, everybody was kind of looking at me like, is he an operator? And I'm like, no, I'm a civilian. So a quick little story, guys. Fly, fly with confidence, right? Do your research. Again, if you have a state that you want to go to, preferably red state. There's some blue states that will allow it though. You know, laws in our 2A favor. Yeah, guys, it was super easy. I personally was apprehensive, but I've seen a lot of people on YouTube kind of go through this process and kind of show us how to do it. And I just want to be an advocate for 2A. Guys, I don't want to go anywhere without my firearm. I hope you don't either, right? These things are designed to protect us. We're law-abiding citizens, and all we want to do is protect our lives because it's a crazy world. So any questions, please comment, guys. Let me know if how I'm doing. Let me know if my camera skills suck. I'm not doing this a lot, but you know, you'll see more of me. So until then, take it easy. Blackish Tactical out.